I believe in God, the Holy Spirit, the Holy Catholic Church.
Hide it
Under a bushel? No.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Hide it under a bushel? No. I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel? No.
I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Today we're going to talk about the light of Jesus that's inside all of us. Do you believe that? Do you believe there's the light of Jesus inside all of us? And that is what it means to shine our light by doing acts of kindness and loving each other, just like how Jesus loved all of us, right? And so we're going to focus on heroes for Jesus. Can you help me put this around the candle? Yeah. Why don't you grab some and make a little circle around the candle? Now these are all the heroes for Jesus. What does it mean to be a hero? Do you know of superheroes? What do? Why do we like them? They save the world, right? By doing acts of kindness. They love everyone. They help people who are struggling in the city or in trouble. And that's what we are all called to do. And that is what all these heroes did very well, because they loved Jesus very much, and we are called to do the same thing. So we call these heroes saints. What do we call them? Saints. And we have a special day to celebrate all these saints called the All Saints Day, which is celebrated on November 1st. And that is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about one special saint that you all know very well, and we celebrate that saint in December. I'll give you some hints, okay? Let's say the saint wears red and gives a lot of gifts around Christmas. Saint? Yeah, Saint Nicholas. We also call him? Santa Claus. Everyone knows Santa Claus, right? And so we're going to see how Saint Nicholas became Santa Claus, okay? Let's put the saints aside and we'll focus only on Saint Nicholas now. So Saint Nicholas. Saint Nicholas was like any other little boy, okay? He grew up in a very wealthy family. His parents had a lot of money, but his parents also had a very kind heart and they loved Jesus very much. So at a very young age, they taught Saint Nicholas how to love others and how to be generous with their wealth. They had a lot of money. They could have kept all of it for themselves. Let's say, what would you do if you had lots and lots of money? Would you give it all away, or would you keep all of it to yourself?
I'd keep some, maybe buy a house or something, and then maybe use some other reasons.
Yeah. And Sophia, what would you do with a lot of money? You collect money in your piggy bank, right? What would you do?
I'd give it to other people.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so kind of you.
Yeah, that's very nice of you, Sophia. Okay? And that's what Saint Nicholas did. As a little boy, Nicholas loved Jesus very much, and whenever someone was in trouble, he was very compassionate and tried to help them in any way possible. So here's one such story. So once there were three sisters, three girls, who were not very rich, okay? They did not have much money and they struggled every day. They had to work very hard to earn their food, and sometimes even that money was not enough. Okay, we'll keep these here. So there are the three sisters, right? And one day they had to borrow money from a very rich man who was also very rude and mean. Okay, he didn't treat other people very well. So this man knew that the girls had borrowed money from him. So he comes and says, hey, if I don't get my money back, I'm going to take your house away and you will end up on the streets. Now, is it a good thing to live on the streets? Is it easy to live on the streets? No? Or yes? Yeah, why not? Just imagine in the winter how hard that would be, right? If you didn't have a good coat, if you didn't have a roof, it's snowing, it's very cold, uncomfortable, you don't have a cozy place to sleep, no warm food to eat, that would be really rough. And so the girls were very worried because this man would take away their house and they would end up on the streets. So, guess who heard that conversation? Nicholas heard that conversation. So he had an idea. He wanted to help the girls. So that night, he decided to take some bags of gold to help the girls, and he climbed their roof, and through their chimney, he dropped bags of gold. Now, does that sound very familiar to you? Yeah? Santa Claus coming through the chimney and dropping gifts for boys and girls, right? Yeah, that's what he did, and that's how he helped these girls. And the next morning, but he didn't reveal his identity. He did it very secretly, right? And so the girls wake up in the morning and they see bags of gold, and they could finally return all the money they had borrowed, and they get to keep their house. You see, that was a great act of generosity and kindness. And that is what we are all called to do every day, every second, every time you go out, whether you know the person or not. You are required to act in love. You're called to do that, and that's what Jesus did for us. And as the followers of Jesus, we need to act in kindness, okay? Now, Saint Nicholas grew up to be a very pious man, a man who loved God very much. And one day, when his parents died, there was a priest in the church who asked him to join the monastery. And Saint Nicholas agreed to do that, and he joined the monastery and became a priest there. And all his congregation, the people in his church, loved him very much. But then there was a very mean ruler around that time, an emperor, okay, who did not like Christians at all. And he said, okay, I do not like these Christians. They are a nuisance and they are misdirecting my people. So I want them all in the prison. So this emperor imprisons all the holy men of God who spent a lot of time, many years in the prison. But even while they're in the prison, they still worship God. They still love God. They don't complain. And they don't say, oh God, why we loved you so much, we did so many acts of kindness and generosity, why have we landed in this situation? Do you not care for us anymore? They do not complain at all. Instead, they praise God, and they hope that one day they will come out free. And even if they were to die in the prison, they would still be reunited with God, right? And so, a few years later, another emperor came into power. His name was Constantine. What was his name? Constantine. And he was kind to Christians, and he wanted to set all the Christians free. So, Nicholas comes back to his church, to his congregation, and continues his ministry. He teaches people about God, about how to live generously, how to love each other, and he becomes the bishop of a place called Myra. Okay? It is also known that Saint Nicholas, he would go around and spread all his wealth that he inherited from his parents. He would give it away to families that were struggling. So the Saint Nicholas that we know right now, who's called Santa Claus, is only an idea of who Saint Nicholas was really at that time, right? He did far more than what our Santa Claus does. Santa Claus shows up every Christmas, gives gifts to people, but Saint Nicholas did that every day. Okay? It doesn't mean that you have to keep giving gifts to people. Gifts can be in so many different ways. It's not something that you buy with money, your talents, right? Let's say you come to church, you join a choir, you sing, that's a way to give back. Or here you see an old person struggling to cross the road and you help them, give them a hand. That is a gift. Every little act of kindness is a gift. So remember, Christmas is not only for the Christmas day, it is for you to celebrate every day and spread the love of Jesus, just like how our hero in this story, Saint Nicholas, did. What was the best part of the story? What did you like?